Hello and welcome everybody to TTML Division 5 here for the Chinese Grand Prix, and as you can see right now it's just started qualifying right now we have, and it is drizzling right now on circuit. Could even be a little bit heavier than drizzle. Like I say, yes it is, it's quite full rain then on circuit right now. So I am James and I'll be taking you through the action tonight. As always, alongside me is of course Ollie.
Hey guys, Owen Dresden here, also known as NSR Pride 22, and as you said, we can see it's raining a lot. It's not just rain, it's heavy rain, I would say, for the drivers in the qualifying. So here's some of the engines starting up. I think it's a Ferrari gonna be the first one out.
Indeed it is, and we don't know which Ferrari that's going to be. It could...
It's an AlphaTauri actually. That's Smitsky, he's the first one out.
Let's have a look and see. Yes, he is. Is Invictus here tonight? No? Right then, let's have a look then at the championship standings as we do here. I don't think Invictus is here tonight. Oh no, he is. There he is. Down there in 13th. I really mess up sometimes. But he's on... So it's Invictus leading the championship on 57. Ranheim second on 45. Same with Lime, which is Liam, on 45 as well. 32 in 4th is Frironk, then it's Cliff Geese in 27 in 5th with 27, then it is Storm, Bernard, Sparks, Passels and Samitsky.
And in 11th we got Roy on fire. In 12th we got Jeff Rennies in Ferrari with 15 points, sharing that with Schumi, but Schumi's a reserve. Then we got TFB Gabster in 14th, 15 is DR Snellfire. Then we got Mika in 16, T-Fire Hulkenberg with 6 points in 17, Snully DK in 18, Silas in 19 with 2 points, and Maxi Sammy in 20 with 0 points. In the constructors, it is the Ferraris leading here also. It's 102 points, and 30 points down to McLaren in second. Then we got 18 points down to Renault in third. Then we got Mercedes in fourth, Rossi with the fifth, Haas in sixth, 7 is AlphaTauri, just 1 point in front of Alfa Romeo, who's in 8th. Then it's 3 points down to Ferrari, and Williams in 10th with 0 points. As we see, Smitsky is soon going to start his hot lap, and it's going to be the first hot lap here around Shanghai International Circuit.
It will be indeed, as he now comes across the line and starts it. Would you like to take us on a lap there?
Lovely, I will do that. We see him go through turn 1, 2 and 3. It's a real long right corner before you go left here, and in the rain it will go really slow here. You can also tell that seen in the end of the start Discord, Smitsky said he hoped for rain and he got what he wanted. Now down to turn 5 into second sector. It's a heavy braking zone for turn 6 here. Seeing go down to second gear, could almost go down to first gear. Sorry about that. There's the long left corner, turn 7. And of course there's no flat out in the rain, but in the dry this is the flat out corner. Then over to turn 8, right hand corner, and then we're gonna brake into turn 9 and 10. Here the driver's gotta be careful with the throttle. If you drive without traction control especially, you wanna be really careful here. Then out on this small straight down to turn 11 and into the third sector. His Sparks is out of the session actually, or he has retired from the pits. But then through turn 12 and 13 is a really long right hand corner, and very hard to find the right point to go full throttle, to not go too wide. We see Smitsky going a little bit wide, but it's inside the track. And now this straight is over 1 kilometer long, and it does have a DRS, of course. So we can see many overtakes into this turn 14 now. It's a really heavy braking zone for the drivers, and we're now going to go through the last corners in this track through turn 15, and we're going to head down to turn 16. Straight ahead here's the pit lane where Lewis Hamilton got stuck in 20... I'm not sure which year, but that was the lap around Shanghai International Circuit with Smitsky. It's a 147.9. Let's see, Liam, the last week's winner with a dominant race at Japan's Suzuka International Circuit, then led, I think he led almost the whole race actually. He's going to go down to the last corner now. I think it's a Williams in front of him, but first the McLaren of Liam. and he will set a 147.5. That's almost half a second in front of Smitsky.
It is indeed, and thank you again for that lap there around the circuit. It is here. So, just it is one of the trickiest circuits here. Just coming into the section where I'm going to talk about in a second. We are here. The bit we do after corner, I think it's 9 and 10. This bit here, you have a really tight braking zone after this little tiny straight, as we haven't said probably, but we do.
I can see TP Gabster's going into turn 60 now. He's going to set a little lap in his house. He's alone in house today as T5 Hulkenberg's not driving. And I quickly just want to talk about Gabster. As I've said before, a huge respect for him with a vision of only 50%. But sadly, last Sunday, he lost a very good friend to cancer. And I commentated his race on Monday in the Norwegian League. He actually had a career, or he actually did that race. He qualified in 8th, and what happened was that 24 hours after he lost his best friend, he won that race in rain at Monza with only 300s. So early this week, I was a witness to just some really magical stuff, and it makes me excited to see what he can do today also. Oh, and there he spins, but just a quick touch with the wall, and there goes maybe an end plate.
It does indeed, and he's trying to actually move the car here, but he's stuck at the moment, looks like. Nope, he's got it going now, he has. Car it's just started, a lap is on to lease. We've got Ronk on a lap, and we've got Rajoord on fire on a lap. Let's go on Rajoord on fire. I know he's off his lap now, but I want to show you the corner. We haven't talked about it yet. This corner coming up here, the tight braking zone here, that catches a lot of people out. It does. It does me. I know that much to say that there around the circuit here. It does. With Ronk now, we'll keep an eye on him as he does his lap. Stan Mar says good evening, Cadwell and Oliver. Good evening.
Yeah, it's Ronheim.
Yep. Good evening. And he says Invictus will take the win today. Keep the good stats going. So there you go.
Saw a yellow flag in every sector at the moment, actually.
There is, yeah.
But yeah, Invictus is in Britain he got first place, and last week he got second place, I think. Currently leading the championship also. It's going to be exciting to see what he can do today. Currently in second with 147.4. Casey Burnett actually doing a currently pole position with a 147.2.
He did indeed get second last week, so you are correct on that. But yeah, it is going to be good tonight to see what happens around this circuit, as we're looking right now at Freak Ronk, who is heading into the back, the corner after the back straight right now. He is. Cliff Geese, a 147.164 pole position currently at the moment with 8 minutes and 56 seconds to go the session as we speak. Here it is. And here he comes in. What's it going to be here for Freak Ronk? 48.9, puts himself P11 there. He does quite a nice lap there from him. Rajoord on fire starts his next lap now. He does. Jeffrey Henney is not coming out right now. I'll just give an update if I can find anything in the steward's office here, if there's anything I can tell you about tonight, what's happening.
So I'm with Passel going through the last corner, or going to the last corner now, and he's gonna, I think it's gonna be a little down on time. Not like a top time, but it sets the time of 150.1 goes into 12, and I'm not sure who's the next one, but as I see Silas missing the feature trail a little bit, almost hitting the wall actually. Do not take a Hamilton here. And do you guys know anything if the rain keeps going into the race? I'm not sure. No one has given us any inside information.
Not yet. The only person who, sorry, quickly just to say, the only person who I know who's got penalty tonight is Sparks. Has a ban, qualifying ban, and that's it. Anyway. Yeah, as you were sorry to put in, but as you were saying, yeah, rain. We don't know. It would be very interesting if it was rain.
I know. I got a snap from TTGaming actually. Yeah, the rain comes after 20 minutes into the race. So there will be rain in the race, as I am being a witness to a glitch right now. That's Silas. I'm not sure what happened. It's probably just my stream, but that was an interesting pit entry. I'm looking at Passel now. It said he's a purple second sector, but he's only 1/10 up on his time, so I'm not totally sure where he can put his car on.
Indeed, yeah, it's going to be really interesting then if it is going to be if we are going to see rain in the race, because the strategies are going to be interesting with what they're going to go with. Are they going to go for wet tyres strategy, like wet qualifying strategy, or what would you do? Say if it was say the first like 10-11 laps were dry and then the rest of the race was wet, would you go for a wet setup or?
100 for sure, I would go for a wet setup since we got a wet qualifying and probably half the race is gonna be wet. Then I would go for wet setup, and just in the before starting from each lap I can maybe turn down my front wing a little bit, so it'll be a little bit faster, and when the rain comes I turn it up again.
Okay, yeah, there you go then. Dry would go fast at the start, but wet would be a lot faster. Yeah, it would indeed. I think a wet setup would be, for me personally, what I would go for the whole thing. Oh, as Passel spins. But yeah, wet setup will be the best option, as we see Bernard now, who has set a 47.266 at the moment. We have Liam, who's come out on the intermediates. He's going to come out on here if he comes out the pits though with that tyre. Yeah, it's really interesting. I could manage it just with the wet setup on the dry, but it would be if qualifying is wet and then in the race is a little bit wet, then that would be good as well, as Bernard sets the quickest middle sector of his times, could be of anyone actually here, as Cliff Dees and a few others are getting ready now for the intermediate tyres. Which is going to be interesting tonight. It is here around this circuit. When they're going to come out on them intermediates, we don't know. It may still be wet tyre weather, but we have to wait and see.
Yeah, the time goes very fast.
It does.
Only 5 minutes left, and I'm not sure. It doesn't look like it's good for the intermediates yet. Maybe because of the dry line coming through now. But then Casey Burnett, he improves and goes for 146.4. That's pole position with the wet tires. Then we only past us on a hot lap, so at the moment we doesn't have anyone on a hot lap. Next one gonna be Silas starting a lap.
That's why then probably some drivers have waited. Jeffrey Henney has come out on the intermediates right now just to check out the track. It'll be interesting to see what he does, because I think everyone's gonna watch his lap. Not watch his lap, watch his out lap here, see if he's got grip or not, and then probably come out themselves on the intermediates if they're going to come out on them.
I got a picture from Gapster again here, and it says that and Silas goes into Passel actually. No, Silas goes into Gapster, I mean, sorry. But yeah, I got a picture from here. They're gonna start with overcast, and in 20 minutes it's gonna be rain. 45 minutes it's gonna be rain. So yeah. I agree with Ron Heim in the chat. Looks a bit away. I think Inters is a bit too early, and I agree on that. I see Svitsky is on a hot lap, a little bit behind his time. Of course, he was one of the drivers hoping for a rain. See a Mercedes there spun around. That is Passel. But I heard rumors in the Discord about Svitsky's pace being really good, and that he said himself said if he gets rain, it will go even better. So that gives me put him on top of the list today for predictions. And yeah, I think Svitsky is a driver to look up to today after what he has said himself. sliding through that last corner. But he's not. He has aborted that hot lap, so he's probably going to start a new one. Another drive on a hot lap. Then, do you see anyone?
Jeffrey Henney has literally just started one, but he's invalidated it straight away. He has indeed. Passels is on a lap, and well, not anymore. Fivronk is. Yep.
Yeah, and he's on the intermediates.
Yep. We'll have to see what the intermediate car drivers do here, because they are Cliff Geese right now, Liam, Fivronk, we have Micah, we have Gabster, and we have Tunter, is that how you say it? I'm going to say that for now. He's on as if you know the pronunciation, but that is his. He's on them as well.
That's retirement on track, actually.
It is, but he.
Yeah. Oh, and the Williams almost collide. But I think we can just call him Tenturi. New driver.
Tenturi. Okay.
Reserve.
No. Tenturi then, right?
See, Freakring, he's not that much up on his time, so we can see that intermediates are not that much faster than the wet tires at the moment.
No, but it'll be interesting to see when he crosses the line what time he's going to get, if he's going to be, how slow it's going to be compared to his Inter's time. He comes out the last corner now, to the line he comes, and it's a 48. He does improve, actually.
That will be interesting, because Invictus, he's on the wets, but Cliff Jeets and Casey Bernard and Liam, they are intermediates.
Let's look at Cliff Keys and see what he can do then. He's let me just quickly, very quickly do this, because this is going to be one quick thing to do for qualifying. He isn't up on his times in the first or second sector here, as you can see. He's not up on them, but it's going to be really interesting to see here what happens. Something's just happened. Oh, a car's gone off, that's why.
Yeah, Tenturi, I think it was.
But here he comes then, does Cliff Geese. Oh, he doesn't improve by 500ths. So it was close, but didn't improve there. What about Invictus? He's improving massively. Invictus is here. What's he going to get here? A 47.0 goes P2.
There's the qualifying done. See, Tenturi, he's done in P9 at the moment, past will P13, but next one to set, obviously Mika just finished, so then the next one will be Jeffrey on the intermediates.
Yes, it will be Jeffrey. He's coming out of the penultimate corner now. He is. Into the last corner now he turns. Let's see what he can do then. A 1:44 at the moment. It is going to be a 1:47.9.
What about Liam? Also intermediates, a little bit up on his time. He's going to go into the last corner now, and then the next one is going to be Freakronk. See then, Liam crosses the line and he goes third, 47.1. Next one, and Freakronk has done a mistake out of the second last corner, so he is done for the day, and Invictus is done for the day. Next one will be Cliff G's. I'm not sure if he's up on his time.
He's up by 3/10. It said on my screen he's up by 0.36.
See into this last corner now. We also still got two auto drivers on hot lap, I think. But firstly, it's Cliff Cheese. He's gonna go to the last corner. Does it look like a good lap? Can he be pulled? He goes pulled with 46.0. What about Casey Bernard? He's also up on his time. Can he steal that pole position back though with his racing mind? Oh, I thought it looked like it was gonna go wide, but what will it be? And he takes that pole position by winning 1:45.8. What? No, Smitsky goes into the pit again. What an interesting end there.
Indeed it was, and that is it then. Qualifying is over, so it's Bernard's first, Cliff Geese second, and Invictus third. I don't think we were expecting that one. No, the intermediates would be that more quicker at the end.
No, I didn't think it was going to be any quicker, actually. I was thinking the wets would be faster, so like Roygaard, Smitsky, Invictus, Maxi, Spark, or no, Spark's gonna Pentor, and then Miles, Pastel. Those drives gonna be higher, but well, how the turntables?
Indeed.
But then the race gonna be really exciting, and just look at the gap here. We see the two riders on top with the intermediates, 2:10 separating them. But then it's 1 second down to Invictus, and Liam just right behind with 300s there. And then a long gap down to Roygan again, and Smitsky, he's in P6, 2 seconds behind pole position. So we see the drivers being different with the tire zone and wet, some intermediates, and big differences here in the qualifying. It's going to be exciting to see how the race will go, because of course after about 15-20 minutes you're going to go into the wet tires, or it's going to come rain. So the question is, are they going to go in intermediates and go to the finish, or are they going to go in intermediates and then later on the wets?
It depends. Yeah, that's a good point. How much is the rain going to come down? It could come down quite heavily and be intermediate or wet, or it could be coming really light. They're still on the softs and still on the nice dry tyres here. So you would have to see what happens here. Well, we've got 16 drivers though to race, which is going to be good. I would probably say if it is 20 minutes in, softs, would you say, or would you go for mediums?
Soft.
Because around here normally it's normally it's about 5 to 6 laps maybe on the softs, and then that's it.
Oh, I think people can go longer here with soft hards, or if not, they're gonna go medium hard. But can we get any podium prediction from you, James?
From me, I'm definitely gonna go. I'm gonna go for Bernard, Invictus, and a outside chance here today for, we're going to say, Puzzles.
I'm going to go with Smitsky on top, Invictus in second, and maybe Bernard in third. As we see the drivers starting their formation up here. Oh, interesting strategies. Look at Bernard. He started on medium. Cliff G's on hard. Invictus on medium. Liam medium. Royger medium. Then we get Smitsky on hard. And Jeffrey, Mika, Freakunk on medium. Tenturi on soft with TFB Gapstrolls on soft. Also Silence and Sparks on soft, while Maxi, Diamond and Passel also on the mediums. So, interesting strategies from the drivers here. Especially that some drivers will go hard and some on soft. I think this race is gonna count a lot on the strategy.
It is indeed, and as well with the game, you don't know if the game's actually telling the truth here when it says 20 minutes. Because I remember in one race we got told in the chat that it was 45 minutes when we're gonna have rain in one of the races I did for a league, and we got rain literally. We didn't even get the rain in the race, so.
Oh.
Anything can happen around here. 20 minutes means that we will get rain in this race, but how much we just want to know. I think personally, because the best strategy around here will probably be the mediums, because if the rain does come when it says it should do around, if people are saying right, like the game saying it right, then probably you're looking about 12, 13, 14 to have the rain, and mediums can last that long. So yeah.
Also, before we start, as we saw earlier today, we had a free practice 1 and 2 in real life racing at Portugal. I'm not sure if you watched the practice. I watched the second practice, and
I was busy all day. So.
Oh, and I see a Ferrari spinning and actually losing a little bit of his swing. I think. No, he didn't. But yeah, and it's just so good to see the drivers and cars back on Portimao. Like. The elevation change there, it's just out on the main street, like, wow, it's so cool to watch drivers drive like a little uphill and downhill. But now you are gonna get to take us through the race start here.
Okay, then here we.
In the back.
Okay, then here we go. Then as some of the cars just waiting to come into position, and just it was amazing to see. They had one problem today, which was one of the great drains they had to fix at the F1. But other than that, it was all good. I watched a tiny bit of some highlights.
Oh, rain! It's raining now! What?
Here we go then, as the red lights are coming on now. There's a tiny bit of rain in the air here as all 5 lights are on. And we're going, away we go then here for the start of the race. The rain has somehow disappeared on my screen, but
Yeah, same.
it might be here in a minute as Bernard leads us away then down to corner 1. Everyone else in the background keeping it clean, are they? Let's just check as we go on board very quickly with Regard on fire. And no, he doesn't. He's already further down the order. Here he is pushed around, but everybody else in the foreground is away, and it's Invictus and Bernard who are the top 2 here, who are broken away by 1.4 seconds.
And there's totally chaos in the back. It's Sparks started on the soft, and he's getting 10 places now. There were 4 wide in the start there, and he just enjoyed that going outside of them. And now someone's out with Smitsky. Smitsky in the hard go, let him pass, but now he's on the back of Cliffy's. Cliffy's also on the hard.
Passels is spinning. Passels is spinning, and that's not good for Passels there. It's not. But just as I was saying, the top 2 have a gap, and they're side by side now in the foreground. Sorry to say this.
Roygaard is out!
And he's done it. Oh, Invictus has spun it! Invictus has spun it!
Invictus!
He got to the lead just as the safety car came out, but then spun it.
And now we see rain on the screen again. Freakman got a penalty, Max got a penalty, but Roygaard, I'm not sure. I was like on board with some of the drive, or not on board, but in my camera he just suddenly raced straight out of the track into the wall. But again, the start of Sparks though, he gained so many places. Like on my screen it was just insane to watch, and he's 12 places up at the moment.
Yeah, it is interesting as we're now waiting to see if any cars will pit. I think we will see some of the backlight, Jeffrey Henney and a few of us at the back pitting for some tyres and choice they are. Everyone from Frivrong downwards is coming into the pits here. We've got Rajard on fire. We saw in the background there, hit the wall, has finished the race and decided to come in. As the rain is coming down, it's not heavy enough to go into other tyres yet. But we'll see what happens here. We will, but yeah, I'll be back in 1 second, and I'll leave it with you in the capable hands of Ollie for just a couple of seconds.
So to a radio now, we can see that Freakman for the hard tires, not sure what happened there. And Jeffrey sidelines passed on Max and Soft, so not ready for intermediate yet. Oh, sorry about that, but yeah. Casey Bernard leading this race so far with the 2 McLarens behind him, Liam and Cliff G's. Then we got Spark gain up 12 places, incredible from the Alfa Romeo driver. But interesting strategies from all of the drivers actually. I can say the drivers are on the mediums. They are Bernard, Liam, Invictus, Mika and Miles. We got Freak Rock on fresh charge. We also got Smitsky and Cliff Gisosar. And with his Silas, he's gone for intermediates. Interesting one. That's a really interesting one actually. I see him having so much problems here, so we can see that they're just too early. But who knows what's gonna happen in 4 laps maybe. And Gabster has collided with the Miles actually, and got a 5-second time penalty. Oh, Gabster and the Miles going so slow. Is there any illegal overtake then maybe? The drivers are struggling out here now, really much. And let's see. Smitsky, Tunturi, Invictus, Mika, Gabster, the Miles, Freak Wrong, Jeffrey. So everyone except Spark, Cliff G, Kev, Liam, and Bernard goes into the pits, and Gabster tries to get past the Miles into the pits actually. Yeah, almost has to crash into the wall almost, actually. Invictus goes on intermediate, Mika on intermediates. I think they're all gonna go on intermediates. China, we can know that this play we see, okay, it's raining a lot now, and this is a place where When it starts raining, the humidity is going to make the track very fast wet. So, top 4 drivers, sorry to say it, but you have done a mistake right now. Not going in, but no, Tenturi, he's been on mediums, and also others are on intermediates. So, really interesting to see what the drivers are doing here. Oh, what's happened to Maxi here? Some problems? What? He's letting Tenturi pass. This is really weird. And Tenturi is trying to... I'm not sure what's going on actually now. Is there any glitches or what else is going on? But yeah, we're only on lap 3 out of 28. 25 laps left. A lot of action. Oh, so tired after work today. But yeah, 25 laps left, and so we're gonna see a lot of action, drama, maybe more collisions also. Yeah. But yeah, we can see on the track it's the drivers have to put on intermediates now. They can't stay out now. Bernard and Liam, Cliff G, Sparks, Tenturi and Maxi go into the pits. Please, double sack from. Oh no! No! Don't spin! Oh my! Wow! Cliff G's brake late touched Liam, and Liam almost spun. Cliff G's lost and played Sparks and actually got past Liam. So Cliff G's was actually supposed to be behind Liam into the pits for double stack, but he actually crashed into Liam, and now Liam is the one gonna have to wait. Is there maybe some tactic games going on here? Who knows? But now the drivers will, of course, put on intermediates, and it's raining a lot now. Max is the only one we're waiting for, and then all the drivers are on intermediates. So now the field is going to catch up, and then we're going to get back into racing.
We will, as I'm back. So what we should be doing is, should be at the end of sector 2 here. We should be all caught back up, and we should all ready to get back racing here. And it wasn't 20 minutes, if you wanted to know. To be, it was around 2 to 3 minutes, and then we had the rain.
Yeah.
But still, we still have rain here in the beautiful circuit of Shanghai.
But look at this. What was I going to say? Yeah, everyone's done at least one pit stop, as he said, on his lap. But Max Tenturi 2-stop, Jeff Henney and Patel 2-stop, and Freecorn 2-stop also. But look at Silas. He has done a 1-stop. And he is currently up 14th place. He was one of the drivers starting in the back. And his tactic of when he went into the pits and put on intermediates was actually real smart, because look at him now. He's leading with now Invictus behind him. And we got Smitsky, Mika. So the Honda engine powered course currently all on podium actually. It'll be interesting to see the race restart now of when Silence will do it. I think he's going to do it out of the last corner, maybe. But his safe car is going to go into the pits really soon, and there the pits go into the pits.
It does indeed here. Well, I wouldn't say it's almost full wets. I don't think it is yet, but it nearly is. As he goes, he's gone. We're green on circuit now, we are, but it's side by side with Invictus already. They're 3 wide at the foreground. Here they are. The penalties are on your screen for you very quickly to tell you. And it's Samitsky has been overtaken by... Oh, but he's gone wide. Silas has gone wide. Don't know what happened there, but he went wide. Maybe it's nearly full wet, as you say in the chat here today, but it is at the moment still the same. Silas on my screen is currently in P5. He is in P5, but maybe that P6 now. But he is looking.
Oh, and there's a crash here. I think there was Silas was going a little bit side to side here. and then I'm not sure, but one car had to brake and Gabs to touch, and he spun around. I'm not sure if he got any wing damage. I think he didn't get any wing damage. Silas struggling a lot with these speeders. Not sure
as a round goes Jeffrey Henney into the wall. So it could be, just to say it could be, intermediate's gone and full wets in a minute.
Yeah, actually, but I'm not sure what happened to Silas. He's struggling so much. And look at Smitsky and Invictus. They are getting good gap here, and this is not looking good for me because my bet is still on, and that is, I said, if we get a full insert podium, I will go to school in pajamas. So not looking safe for me at the moment.
It's not indeed.
Now. I think there's a glitch in the game because we get the yellow sectors, but there's nothing happening there.
Just to say, while I have a glitch in the game, is I'm Silas on my screen is currently 1 lap down, it says, so...
Yeah, same.
That could be the glitch in the game, but anyway.
Yeah.
The closest battle right now is Sparks and Passels having the closest battle on circuit right now, having a tussle into corner, I think it's 3 right now. As Henny leaves the session now, he decided to retire in the pit lane. Oh no, he crashed it into the entrance of the pit lane. There he has. You can see on the mini-map there, there he does. As we have must have a car problem in this sector we're in now. We don't, so everything's clear now. It is, but Jeffrey now leaves the session. But yeah, it's interesting because there's Silas going down a position because he's 1 lap down, of course. But it's very interesting. Here it is with Sparks because. And just looking on board from him, it looks like it's about in a second. Yeah, it's lots of spray now. Could be full wets in a second here. As he goes down the inside now, he does brakes later. Has he made the move stick? And he went a bit, cut the corner a bit there. So I don't think he will be, will it? Yes, he is. He's through past Passels.
Oh, there's a little drift there also. But yeah, this looks like it's soon gonna be full wet. And what will be really interesting is that just if again, look at Passel's gonna get a good run on Sparks, but he is staying behind and not going for a dive bomb. And we see almost Cliff's just almost going into the back of Casey Bernard also.
Indeed, they are. It's really interesting. Here it is to know, and it's interesting. It'll be interesting as well to everyone who's watching. Who's going to be first to pop it into the pits? That's the question as well, because you know it could be full wets, but nobody will be brave enough to be the first one who's like the crash test dummy, technically.
Yeah, I think both of us have done league racing before. I do league racing all the time, and you never want to be the first one going into the pits if something is happening, like the weather change. You never want to be the first one because then if it's the wrong choice, everyone sees it by you doing the mistake, like right in this situation, put on the wets, and yeah, it's just it can be a mistake, but it can also earn a lot by doing it, of course.
Well, Maxi just made a mistake and he's been overtaken by Gabster. Here he has, and he's lost his left front end plater. He'll probably be the first into pit, then he will. Oh, as around goes Silas as well in the background, who's all by himself. He is as well, not having the best of days. Silas isn't with internet connection, it looks like, and having some problems with driving on these tyres right now. But yeah, interesting to see there what happens. But the closest battle, as we say, is Cliff Geese trying to get past Bernard.
Yeah, currently the fight for P7. Oh, Cliff just almost spins around, and that gives Centurion a chance to get past, and he does. But I'm not sure. I don't think Bernard is close enough to do it right now. Can Cliff just go on a dive on Centurion? He's not going to do it. Oh, bricks late, and he crashes and loses an end plate. Cliff G is being really unlucky now. Really unlucky. He almost saw an end plate going into the pits, crashing into his teammate actually. So Not a great race for him, but with the team orders here also. If there's going to be full wet soon, that's going to help the drivers having to change their wing, because then they can also, of course, change that when they're into pits.
It is indeed. Let's see what Maxi's going to do, because he's the next one who will be either thinking he's coming in. Maxi's coming in, so will he be the first one of this test to pit onto the hard compounded tyres here? Let's see. So not hard. I mean the wets. What am I saying? Let's see if he does. We'll keep an eye on him here, as there is no battles really at the moment. We'll go back and have a look at the battles in a second, as he makes his way down to the Williams pit garage. No, another set of intermediates.
And now we're going to see a fight for P3 between Freakrunk, Mick and Sparks, actually, as they're really close to each other.
They are indeed.
But of course, it's not going to be easy for the drivers overtaking the rain. Of course, no DRS, but they do got this back straight here. That is 1 kilometer long. Oh, look at Sparks now and Mika really close enough. Is Sparks gonna do it into turn 14 then maybe? Lose a little bit of time here, but can it go for the dive? He's a little bit too far behind to do it. What about Tenturi here? Also too far behind to do anything. Invictus keeps setting the fastest lap, currently leading with 1.9 seconds. Then we got Smitsky. Smitsky also almost have a second gap down to Freakrunk.
Indeed it is, but here, oh, nearly into the back of Mika. There goes Sparks. Sparks in the inside now. Has he made this move sticking to the exit of corner 2 and 3? Yes, he has. Very nicely indeed there. And Passels in the background has just got past Bernard there. He has as well. And
almost crush.
Yes, he is. Invictus is too fast. He's 2.2 now ahead of Samitsky, as we nearly had a yellow flag there for something, but that's put away, and it's not got one now. We don't. But the battle is still on here up the front here. Sparks and Freakrunk. Can Sparks get past Freakrunk here? 4.3 temps it is here. The closest on circuit this is here, but it looks a little bit drier on circuit right now. Just a tiniest bit, and here he goes down the inside here. Is he going to make the move stick? No, he backs off a little bit there, decides not to. And in the foreground, no, Sparks makes a good around the outside and's done it. And in the background here, as we go start watch it now, we do. Tenturi he's just got past Bernard, and Liam is trying to get through as well. But what a move from Sparks.
Yeah, I tricked Freakrunk to do a little mistake, right a little bit too late, and then of course Sparks could just sweep around outside.
Indeed, as that was for Angelis. I think he made a little mistake there, but he's still trundling around here in the back of the field. He is here. Be interesting to see if it is hard, like full wets or not yet. We'll have to wait and see. It looks like it is fine for intermediates if everyone's staying out on them, so it'll be very interesting to see here. But it is, as we say, on lap 10 out of 28, it is Invictus leading by 2.5 seconds over Samitsky. Sparks in third, who is 8.1 seconds behind. Sorry, well, he's behind anyway there. He is in third. Fourth is Freakrunk, 1.1 seconds behind him. And then it's Mika, DeMiles, Passels, Tenturi, Bernard and Liam are your top 10.
Yeah, we still got a fight for P7 here between Passel, Tenturi, Bernard and Liam. And they're still going so close with each other. Thought it was the yellow flag, but just like glitch again. And Passel, he's not too far behind Damalis. Also, Mika is close in on limits on Freakrunk. Oh, Damalis goes around! I'm not sure if he has got any wing damage or touch the wall. No wing damage for Damalis. But that was what I was about to say. I think Freakrunk is struggling a little bit, falling off Sparks, and Mika is closing in also.
Indeed they are. As here he goes. Look at this. Liam got a great run here. He has. Look at this. On the back of Bernard, he is popped his ERS open. As you can see on the screen there on this little telemetry. Is he going to go for the late braking? He is, but nope. Decides to stay behind and nearly hits the back there of Bernard, but not much. That's luckily he doesn't actually hit the back of him there, which is good. And we are waiting now to see what happens. Here we are. In this race, if you are on the intermediates, you can last the whole race on these, but I would suspect they'll come in and pit for a second set of intermediates if they want to in this race. But you can go to the end on these, you can here, and let's see what Bernard can do now on Centuri. This is the closest battle on circuit, 5/10. It gives insight. Oh, actually, Demars is in. What's he going on to? We're going to have a look at this. Here we are, because we're well, I am anyway, because it's curious to know. Oh, he's retired.
Oh.
What is it? What was his car going to go on to? It was going to go on to another set of intermediates. So he wasn't really going to change tyres. So that's another one that wasn't going to change tyres there. But Centuri now right on the back of Passels, but same for Bernard. He's right behind him as well.
So I'm on board with Invictus, just taking a look at it since he doesn't get any cars in front of him, so no spray from the cars here. And of course it is raining a lot, but I don't think it is wet yet. But you don't need much more rain before it is ready or clear or time to go for the wet. As we see Freakum struggling a lot, he's now full 3.66 miles per hour. And Mika is just 7/10 behind. But look at Centura and Passel real close, and Liam and Bernard. I think Liam's going to go inside of Bernard into turn 14. He does. They're side by side. Still, I'm not sure he gets the best exit, but I think Bernard keeps that 8th place from the McLaren driver. So, and Liam. Oh, Bernard goes into the mid, but yeah, Liam trying to be a little bit careful, of course, and really important when driving in the rain to be careful. Let's take a look at Bernard then. What tires is it going to go on?
It'll be interesting to see here in the Racing Point team, in the BTW Racing Point team. Let's have a look. They are down the pits a bit much here. Here he goes into the pits, on to the tyres he goes, and it's wets. It's the first driver on the full wets then. He will be our dummy for this race to see, like our guinea pig. He will here. Let's see then what the lap times are going to be like here around this circuit then on these tyres for
really interesting choice,
Bernard. As look at this, Invictus is already behind Darmsalis now and he's about to overtake him, but further down we go for a second, and let's see then what can Oh, Liam tries to go down the inside here, but can he make the move stick on the outside line? No, he can't. Centuri then kept the position because he kept it clean and keeps it there. He does, as into the pits now because Maxi. What's Maxi going on to? It'll be interesting to see in a minute. He gets a penalty for speeding in the pit lane. He does here. Let's see then what he's going to go on to as well. Probably wets, probably as well. It's a good option to go on to. Off goes the car, and that I think is just I'm Silas to let everyone past.
Yeah, Maxi on wets. Wet are, I think, those that I want to go for now. Raining a lot now. Tatura breaks late. There, look at Liam doesn't get the overtake done yet.
None of the top 10 have pitted yet. 4 off the inters they haven't here. Let's just check what this out. We'll check this next lap. We will when it's the end of the lap for Bernard and see what his lap time will be, because this is just an out lap, so it doesn't really matter. It's the fastest first pace lap we're going to get in representation of what it is. But Liam right in the back. The thing for Liam, right, is he's quick in sector 1 and 2.
That was a scary one. Centura spun, or almost spun, and went sideways right in front of Liam, and Liam got past, but that was a close one.
Well, on my screen it just says I'm Silas has retired from session. Well, left session anyway, so that's going to be interesting to see what happened to him. I'm just going to check where his car is. It looks like his car's still moving for me, so I don't know why he left, but he apparently has done. There he has. Bernard will be the one we need to look out for again, as I say, because when he comes near the line, we're going to tell you his lap time and if it's quick or not. Only 3 drivers on the wets though, so maybe Invictus knows something that it's not wet enough for wets yet. But it nearly is. As you can see, Tunturi, as we'll say, had 2 moments on this lap where I think he's ready for the wets now.
Yeah. Sorry, really unprofessional of me. I just had to answer a really important message quickly. But yeah, back to the racing then. And we see Liam's now right on the back of Passel. Let's see if someone's going to go there. I see a car going into the pits, that's Mika. And I think the Mercedes reserve is going to go, or I think it is reserve. No, I'm not sure if.
Yep.
But a Mercedes driver probably going on to the wet tires.
Oh, there we go. Look, full wets. It says on the pit thing in the game. Yep. So it's time for full wets there.
Go, go, go.
It's going to be interesting. Here he comes then, Bernard, out the last corner now. To the line he comes. And he sets a 49.7. It's 1.4 seconds slower than his quickest lap on the intermediates. Well, lap in the race. So let me just check if that's quicker than his intermediate lap here. This is, sorry to be a bit unprofessional here, this will be for 1 second, but we'll have a look for you guys. So his intermediate's best lap was a 48.2. And he's just in a 49.7, so it's pretty much window is open now to change, as the game said. As we see right now, Liam trying to get past his Mika's teammate for tonight, which is Passel's. He is here. If the game said that to you, would you pit now or would you not?
I wouldn't even have to think. I would go into the pits now because it's so much rain. I'm on board with Invictus now, and he does not brake for a lost corner. He goes straight ahead, and so does Smitsky. So the 2 Honda powered cars going into the pits now for wet tires, and Smitsky was closing in a lot on Invictus for the last few laps there. So this could be an interesting fight for maybe the victory today. And also Sparks is showing a great pace here today. He actually stays out. Freak Run goes into the pits. Passel goes into Cliff G's. He actually goes into the wall there. He is right very late. And he has wing damage now as well. And Tenturi also goes into the pits. Casey Bernard, Mika, Cliff G's, Maxis, and Silas. They are on the... I think we just can count with Cliff G's and Mika and Bernard. But they're on the wet tires. Look at them. Is Bernard gonna get past Freak Rank? He does. I think can maybe Mika get here and pass on the drivers? He's gonna get him passing of Liam, maybe the Williams also. Oh, Tatura just gets overtaken by Mika. Really interesting race we got here today. Really interesting.
We do, and the 2 who were top 2 in the race have come out 1 second apart from each other here.
Oh, Passel spins out! He doesn't touch the wall luckily then, but of course, then we'll see that the intermediates, it's not the right... Wait, Passel put on fresh intermediates.
Must have been a mistake from his pit crew then.
Yeah. Sparks there going a little bit wide, and probably gonna. I think Sparks and Gabs are gonna go into the pits this lap because staying out now with these intermediates doesn't look like the best choice.
It doesn't. Nope. And around here, by the way, if you wanted to know, from actually coming into the pit lane where you break into that first corner and then down to the activation point, it's roughly about 20 seconds. So we'll see what he does here. And yeah, he's in the pits. He's coming in.
I see Mick and Tatur really close to each other. Both make a mistake there. And here's what I was talking about again. And oh no, Tatur almost wins. But Invictus and Svitsky separated by 1 second. I think those two drivers are going to fight for the victory, and also maybe Sparks getting into that fight. Look at Gabster goes he doesn't go into the pit actually. He stays out, and there he goes around into the wall. I don't think he's lost any end plate though. Actually, real lucky though. And Sparks comes out P3, 5.6 seconds behind Smitsky.
And do you think Smitsky's done a good job then to keep that gap to only like 9 tenths a second?
Yeah, I think so. Of course, he's good on the back with Victus, but Sparks is going to be a threat for them because he has some great pace today. He started P16, but of course, still 12 laps to go. 16 laps already done. I haven't noticed that time's gone so fast, but still 12 laps to go. We got a yellow flag that Maxi or Maxi on Tentura. This race still got 12 laps to go. A lot's gonna happen.
It can indeed. A lot can happen in 12 laps. And here he goes then, Mika on the back of Gabster now. But to me, when you just go off board, it looks a lot drier. But when you're on board, it looks a hell of a lot wetter. So it's very surprising here, got to be said.
Yeah, of course, Gabster is going to struggle now with Mika and Gabster. He just have to go into the pits and put on new tires, I think.
Oh, he's off. He's hit the wall again. It's the tiniest bit of contact there. It wasn't even really contact. And he's back on now, and he heads down the back straight now. He will in a second, but that is not good to see there. It's not, and he overtakes actually Liam there.
Oh, look at the top now. Smitsky almost a little bit inside of the second actually. Sparks has lost a few tenths to them, but this is really exciting at the moment. A lot of rain now, as you can see, so Gabster and Passel, you guys should change tires.
Just to say, Passel has 3 seconds worth of penalties, Maxi has 5, and Mika now has 3. Mika has 3 now, but other than that, nobody else has penalties, which is amazing to see. Gap's gone down to 8 tenths now, so something must have happened there to Invictus at the front. Lap 17 then, to tell you the order now, it is Invictus leading, Smitsky second, Sparks third, then it is Bernard, Fivronk, Mika, Centuri, Cliff Geese, Liam, Gabster, Passels, Maxi, and I'm Silas. Oh, I'm Silas.
At the moment, we're closing, of course, we gotta fight for P1 and a little bit fight for the Mika Tutor, but there's not so much happening. So I thought, why not search up some race or facts about this track? So just gonna mention that F1Destinations.com, very good site for race information. But this track, Shanghai International Circuit, built at a cost of almost $500 million. The first race was held in 2004. It's right outside the city of Shanghai, one of the largest cities in the world, with 24 million citizens. And of course, it's all by, or as most of the tracks are, they are designed by Herman Tilke. This track actually can have up to 200,000 spectators. I think it is one of the, it's the largest currently on Formula 1 calendar. It says here. But it says that they have approximately reached 140,000 spectators, so they haven't filled up all the seats actually in the races here before.
No, it's this the big sweeping corner, as you know, that just starts the back straight. That normally is not really busy. That's not there, but. And if you didn't know as well, it's one of the cheapest circuits to go to, this one. In the UK, according to somebody who did all the maths, it's like a couple of £100 for a hotel and a couple of £100 for a ticket. Like, cheapest ticket right here would probably be like a couple of, like, maybe £50-60. I don't know how much that is over with you, but that's not much really for a ticket of F1. So yeah, it's not that bad. As we do have a spinner in first sector. It is actually a yellow flag out for a car, and that's Passels. He's off.
Gapster went on the intermediates. Very surprising.
Maybe he knows something we don't.
And some other facts here. China may be actually speed can get a 3-second time penalty, and that can be dramatic for the race victory. But yeah, this track for some people it could be actually important in the Formula 1 because this is a track where the 1000th World Championship Grand Prix was held in 2019. And also another thing with the track, it does a lot on the tires and brakes, with 2 corners being at 270-degree corners. So. Yeah, and as we all know that drives this track in also league racing, it's very harsh on the tires. Lewis Hamilton is the most successful driver in this track, and the amount of wins he have is the double of the driver with the second most victories at this track. He had won 6 times here in 2008, 2011, 2014, 15, 17 and 19, and of course then 2020 it wasn't held there because of course the COVID-19 situation.
And same shit. Oh, spinning!
Yeah. Tenturi
has
spun. But yeah, as you said, also the same this year. It's probably not going to be held here. And the biggest back on a grid to a podium finish at Shanghai Circuit happened in 2011 with Mark Webber, where he started in 18th position and he ended up on P3 actually. And also, the only time the pole sitter has retired from the race was in 2007. With Lewis Hamilton, as I mentioned a little bit earlier, just wasn't sure about the year, with him into the pit, going before, or as we see now on the outside, there's just asphalt, or concrete. But earlier, when the track was built, it was gravel there, and Lewis Hamilton missed the brake pad a little bit, went out there and got stuck in the gravel, and that's the only time a pole sitter has DNF'd on this track. So there you go, you have a few race facts about this track, some fun facts, probably something I didn't know, and I hope you also maybe learned something new.
I did indeed. As we have a car off again, which is slow. Who is that? I don't know actually, that doesn't really give us a help here. There was a slow car, I'm trying to find out who it was now. It was Passels. He's lost a bit of end plate and he was slow. He's still on the intermediates, of course, which is not good to see. But here we go then. Invictus is leading still, by the way, as you know, by 1.4 seconds, as you can see. You hear the... Oh, just to say as well, on the game they still say it, and in real life, Michael Schumacher from 2004 is still the fastest driver ever around this circuit. And I cannot believe that. It was like, I can't, but anyway, there's no real battles here except this one, which we're going to go to now, which is Cliff Geese has closed the gap up from 1.4 seconds to 0.8 here on the back of Mika, and he's going to go down the inside here. Looks like he tried into the sweeper. He'll get his ERS up in a second and floor it down this 1 kilometre back straight, which he starts now. He does, and he looks like he's going to really try here with 5 tenths behind. He is now. Let's see if he can do it. Nothing happens in... Sorry, quickly just say nothing happened in penultimate corner or the last corner.
Gap between Smitsky and Invictus closed in on between 1 second and 1.5 seconds. And we see Sparks 5 seconds behind up at the moment, but if Invictus and Smitsky suddenly start fighting, then Sparks could maybe close in, but if on the right, I think actually Smitsky and Invictus could be in voice chat together and maybe talking some tactics now. Even though they're not teammates, but of course they're not gonna want to take out each other, as Cliff Cheese almost goes on the inside of Mika, and he's trying it, but it's still too far away. And I think Invictus must have done a mistake there, because Smitsky was suddenly really close.
It is indeed. Well, he was close. It was down to 6 tenths, and then it went back up now to 1 second. It has, but here he goes. Then 4 tenths behind now is Cliff Geese. Can he make it past Mika here or not? Let's have to wait and see. We will indeed. We'll try and get a few drivers in if they want to have a chat with us. And they're side by side. They were there for just about 10 seconds, about a second there, but it's all fizzled out now as they go through the sweeper. They do now on the sweeping corner to start the back straight. It's a great corner to slingshot you momentum onto the back straight as Cliff Geese goes a tiny bit wide, but they're about to go side by side here because he's only 2 tenths back. This is unbelievable. Here it is. This is going to be one of the good overtakes if he, a great overtake if he can do it here. Break late and get through where Buemi in.
Oh no! And there goes the third end plate for Cliff Geese. The third time he loses an end plate, and there goes he past Mika. Not going to go into the pits, and I would say it doesn't rain so much anymore, and I think this could be good for Gabster and Passel. They're so far behind the rest of the pack though, and looking for them. But again, it doesn't look like it's raining that much that it was like a few minutes ago.
No, it doesn't at all. But yeah, as you see, where he was trying to break late and get past him was into the corner where Buemi in I think it was FP1 or 2 on Friday just somehow went into that corner and his tyres burst and his front wing burst and he went over it, and as you've seen, I think it was 2010 that was in the Toro Rosso, and
seen that clip.
Yeah, he just went off straight, and it was very surprising, but at least it was in practice, not in the race, which was good to see.
It wasn't that his tires just popped off or something.
It was.
Yeah, I didn't watch F1 at that time, but I've of course seen the clip so many times. Sparks get a 3-second time penalty, and that's not going to help him if he want to catch up to Smitsky and Invictus. Invictus doesn't get any penalty, but Invictus doesn't get any penalties, but Smitsky and Sparks now does. And look at those three in the top. They're just in another league. Just leading with for Sparks and to Burner, it's almost 80 seconds. As Gab should get a 3-second time penalty.
Let me just tell you very quickly, because we can show you this now, we can. Let's go to quickly Invictus and just check for you. All he has in his whole entire race is on lap number 1, he had 2 warnings. Other than that, he's had no other warnings the whole race so far. That is very impressive from the man in the lead of this Grand Prix at the moment. Here it is here, 2 seconds ahead of second right now. He is indeed. Yeah, this is pretty much, there's nothing really nothing to say really, nothing really happening right now in this race, but the gap is still going up and down between your top 2, and the same between Cliff Geese and Mick here. And Cliff Geese is not rapidly, but is closing in as well. He was 2.4, he's now 2.1, closing in on Fivronk here. So something could happen there, but it looks like to me as we go off board now that it could be intermediate weather in a couple of laps time. Oh, it's going wide, there goes Mika, but not a lot, not really wide, just a tiny bit. Oh, as we must have a mistake for Samitsky. He went wide at the last corner, and Sparks is through, and these two both have 3-second penalties, so they are both. Wow, what's happening here for Samitsky? Does he know it's going to be intermediate weather then?
I think he has closed in on Liam and Tunturi, and his intermediates, and
Here goes Liam.
Max, he went on the intermediates. I think intermediates are the right one now.
Well, here goes Liam then, and he's going to get a great run here, and this is going to be really easy on Tunturi, who overtook him into that sweeping corner. I thought it would be easier than this. They're still side by side. He's not giving up here, Tunturi, on this at all. But is he going to get past? Yes, he is. Liam is not. No, Liam's not. And yes, as I said, Bernard onto the intermediate tyres, and same for Smitsky. Wow.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be really interesting to see what the rest of the drivers does, especially with the top 3 drivers and about the race victory.
It is indeed, guys. If you are enjoying this, do please smash like and subscribe if you do want to hear this race. But here goes Cliff Gees, look, on the back now, side by side actually into the last couple of corners. Well, not last couple of corners actually, sorry, into I think we're looking at corner 7, 8 and something like that, maybe even 10. There we are, and he is really trying his hardest here to get past Frivronk. He's 2 tenths behind now, and Mika has closed up as well, so we have a 3-way scrap now for P number 4. And potentially, if these guys can close up to the back of Samitsky, a battle for P3 here. As they head around the circuit now, they do into that sweeping corner. We say where that grandstand there with the Chinese writing on it does not normally be used much. It's not normally used. That's why there's loads of writing on it. There is. But here we go then. What's Cliff Gees going to do here? Gets a great slipstream run here. He does here. Side by side. He now goes with Frivronk. He does here. And he's through past Frivronk. There he is. What about Mika here? Can he get past Frivronk? No, he cannot. He nearly taps him though, but can't get through there. He can't, as Invictus has already started lap number 25. So we have 4 to go here. We do, and into the pits goes Frivronk, and side by side they go. Here does Bernard and Tunturi, and Bernard is through past Tunturi. Oh, as we have a spinner, and that is somebody in the wall, and that's Liam. Was that Liam? Or was that somebody else there? It was Liam who made the slide. It was indeed. And Liam, that's not what he wanted to see there from Liam. He made a slide in the corner. But he's okay now. He saved that brilliantly, Liam did there. Oh, he's sliding again now on them wet tyres. It's not what he wants to see here. It's not. But we only have about 3 and a bit laps to go here for your leader. So it's going to be really interesting to see here. Look, as he comes down the back straight now. He is. He's about to overtake. It looks like he's about to overtake. I'm Silas again. But unbelievable this is here from everyone racing in this one. It looks like intermediates could be the best set of tyres right now on your car.
Yeah, but of course, again, and probably the driver doesn't want to go into the pits because there aren't many laps left, and especially in Invictus and Sparks, they can't go into the pits because it's too risky now about race win and podium and stuff. We see Smitsky, he is closing in on Sparks and Invictus, so of course the intermediates are the best tires at the moment. Look at that, Smitsky is the first lap of the race so far. Maybe Bernard can close in on Mika also very soon. And first rank on Liam.
Further down we go here, we do now. Bernard is trying to get past Mika here. Let's see if he can. Let's see if he can. He's doing everything he can here. Then he will to try and get past. He will here. Gabster did it brilliantly actually, I think. Gets points here, he will, in this race, which is good for him. Passels may get points as well if he can probably close that gap in, but I doubt he will now. Thank you to everyone who is watching. Please do, of course, if you want to, smash a like and subscribe to the channel, and of course always come back for more racing here on this league, which is Division 5. Always cracking racing from all the Division 5 lads, Gotta be said, it always is. I always love it. Gotta be said.
Bernard and Mika almost touched there, and oh, Mika breaks late there, and Bernard goes on the outside then, and he gets the overtake done up to P5. Now he can try to get Cliff G's also. Cliff G's currently P4, and Bernard is 3.3 behind. So there's a possibility here.
It is indeed. Let's see if he can. As Samitsky sets the new fastest lap of the race. A 1:45.734. Samitsky will get the point. He will here, who's currently in P3, so that's nice for him to see. There it is. Just to say as well, next week, ladies and gentlemen, we are heading to a circuit that F1 have cancelled, which is, we're heading to Canada next week. Which should be a lot of fun, it should, there in Canada. Next week it will. But for now, as you can see, it is a 10.9 second gap between Invictus and Sparks. So Invictus looks like he's currently won this race here already. Could have jinxed it, but who knows. Here he goes then. Centuri has come in to the pits now, and Favronk goes up to P7, and Gabster will go up to P8 here. He will as well. And the gap has gone down.
Smitsky. He is closing in on Sparks a lot now, and he got a little bit over a lap left. Both got the second time battle, so this could have been really interesting. Also, Bernard close in on Cliff G's.
He is indeed. It's down to 4 temps now. He's going to try. Is he going to try and move here on Cliff Geese? Cliff Geese thought he could stay out. Oh, they nearly touch. They do touch, but it wasn't enough contact there. It wasn't. They're unbelievable. Let's see then what happens here with Bernard. Can he make himself on the inside here, get through at the sweeping corner? Still side by side, here they are. This is very interesting here to see. No, he doesn't. Cliff Keys keeps the position, and Cliff Keys uses his ERS. I think here he is. Yes, he is indeed, to try and break the toe here from Bernard as Invictus starts the last lap. The white flag is out for Invictus. He goes into the first couple of corners now. He does, and he is off his way now on his last lap here, as I think he's now breaking into about corner 5 or 6. Here he is.
Smitsky goes past Sparks. Up to P2, and Bernard and Cliff G's gets actually away from Bernard on the main straight here.
Oh, but Bernard's going to go down the inside, and he's done it. Bernard's through. But no, Cliff Keys is going to try and get back through, but no, breaks a bit earlier there, and he's through. Is Bernard now into P4? I don't think he can get a 27-second gap on this lap, but here we go then. Let's go on board with Invictus, who starts a sweeper now. I don't know what you think, Ollie, about this, but Invictus has raced this beautifully.
Indeed, it has been amazing. He has been leading so much of the race, leading with 10 seconds now. And him and Smitsky had a close fight for a while, and with a few more laps, Smitsky would have closed in actually also, but then maybe Invictus would go into the pits. As Invictus is going to go to the last corners for the last time tonight. And again, with his Red Bull, he's going to take the championship lead even further. Going to get 30 points here today, finishing on top, and also helping a lot in the Constructor Championship for him and Ron Heim. Then in second place we got Anton Smitsky. Got past Sparks on the last lap, and it's going to be a P2 for Smitsky. Sparks though, starting from P16, amazing race start, 12 places on the first lap, and he gets a P3. Then the next one is going to be Bernard getting P4. Bernard also done a very great race here today also. Yeah, I was just impressed by him also actually. So, good race here for the Racing Point. Then we got Cliff G, it's gonna take P5. 3 times he has lost an end play, it's a very good driven from the McLaren driver. And then Mika gonna get P6 with the Mercedes. Trickronk gonna get P7. Then we got TTML Gapster, get a good recovery up to P8. And there goes points for the Haas driver. Liam gonna get P9 in his McLaren. And Then after that, we can see Maxi has also crossed the line, taking P12. Liam takes P9 to Turi, first race, and he gets points here, P10. The next one will be Passel, and then it will be the AI of Silas taking P13. But here comes instead of Passel taking P11. And what a race we had today. Do you have any driver of today from you?
I'm going to agree with you on this one. I'll probably agree with the game actually on this one, Sparks probably, but maybe Cliff Geese, maybe for Driver's Day where he had them all them wing damages and had to pit. But I can understand why they gave it to Sparks, and I agree as well. Sparks does deserve it as well, as it's still raining here as they spray the champagne.
I think drive today here are gonna be Smitsky or Sparks. Not totally sure, but Sparks. He is done incredible. And see, top 3 drivers are a full British podium actually also.
Indeed. Couldn't ask for a better teammate than Invictus. No, you couldn't indeed, there, Ranheim. But yes, it's Invictus winning. 53 minutes and 9 seconds was the race. 12 seconds was the gap between him and Smitsky. Then it was Sparks, Bernard, Cliff Geese, Mika, Freak Vonk, Gabster, Liam, Tunturi. Liam got fastest lap, which was 1:44.677. Then, do you want to take us through the rest?
I'm currently adding the podium to the...
Okay then. Passel's in 11th, Maxi in 12th, I'm Silas in 13th, and then your non-finishers, according to the game, was DeMiles, Jeffries, and Regard on fire, or Regard on fire. So a very nice race there from all of them. If the podium want to join, they can do. If they don't have to join. Of course, it's optional. But it's going to be interesting to see what happens here if they do. We'll have a chat with always the man who always wants to join, which is Invictus, who was probably going to be surprised to be ahead by that much today.
Yeah, and also Spisky said he's not sure about his microphone, but he's going to try.
Okay, that's fine. But we're just going to now go off the screen and put the cars on, so you can see the winner's car on the screen right now. There we go. Hello Samitsky, if you're here. Yeah, if your microphones do work, then hello guys. Hello everyone. Well, hello to everyone who is watching, by the way, still, and hello to Invictus and Samitsky.
Yeah, and also as Ranam said, Invictus is gonna remember to put on share your voice because you have forgotten that the last times.
If you are here, because I don't think I can hear you, but anyway, hello everyone.
I cannot hear Smitsky or Invictus.
Yeah, that's fine. They'll turn the volume on in a second.
Hello.
There we go, Smitsky. Hello and congratulations
Hello?
with P2 here today, Smitsky, and a nice podium for you. How does it feel?
I wish I had Invictus. I'm not gonna lie, but I have to say I tried pressure him all race. He did a good job. I'm glad I could show my pace today, really, after a rough start.
Yeah, I saw that before the race. You said you hoped for rain, so I got I thought, okay, I'm gonna have some big expectation from Smitsky today, and you did. What was the word again? Or you made the result made me happy. And China, was you looking forward to the race here today?
Yeah, I mean, I do really enjoy the track. I really enjoy China. I don't know if I'm strong at it or what, but I do like it. I prefer it in dry, to be honest, but some reason wet seems to close the gap to Invictus a bit more.
And as James mentioned a little bit earlier, next week we're going to Canada. What do you think about that track?
No idea. No idea. It's been a while. No idea.
James, do you got anything you want to ask Smithy?
No, just well done.
Thanks. And again, well done to Invictus.
Thank you.
And then over to race winner. It's the third time on the podium this season. It's the third time in the interview box. And how does it feel getting another win and just going further away with that championship lead?
Yeah, this one feels pretty good. I'm usually pretty bad in the wet, so this one was fun. And I had Smitsky behind me the entire time, and I felt very pressured.
Good.
I had a few wobblies.
We're looking forward to the race here today at China.
No, I wasn't. I've had a busy week, so I had no practice. I did like an hour today, and so I wasn't really looking forward to it at all.
Well, then I guess it was a really good race result for you.
Yeah, it was,
and
yeah.
over to the championship. Of course, you didn't have your teammates here today, but you got a good point for Red Bull, and probably gonna keep the lead in both driver and constructor championship. Are you aiming for that driver championship now?
I think I'm definitely thinking about it a lot more. Definitely, like, it's there, so we'll see.
See, also Ronheim, your teammate, has been on the stream the whole race cheering for you.
Good.
Do you have
So
anything you want to say to him?
I love you.
Yeah. And James, do you have anything to add here?
For both, actually, I've got one question for both of them, Samitsky and Invictus. Were you both, we'll go with Invictus first because we are talking to you. Were you surprised how quick the rain was?
Yeah. So when we looked at it, it was the first third of the race was supposed to be completely dry, and then it was supposed to rain in the 2/3 at the end. But it started raining on the formation lap on like half the track. So the first turn and the straight after that, there was no rain, but it was the last section of the track. It started raining, so it was quite. Yeah, it was scary. That safety car definitely helped though.
Yeah, I bet it did. And Samitsky, were you surprised as well?
Same really. Formation lap started, seen rain. I thought, oh my god. I thought I hope someone safety cars it because this is going to be disastrous.
Yeah.
So yeah, like Invictus said, it did say around third to like half. Well, in qualifying it said half to second half. So I thought I'll stick it out on hards, and then come to race, I was like, oh, it's not softs, maybe mediums.
I think that's what a lot of people were thinking, because a few went on hards and a few went on mediums, and I was like, in the formation lap, I was damn, I could have gone on softs, but you know.
Were you? So do you know when you went from Invictus to the intermediates to the full wets?
Yeah.
Because you could see your pace was coming down. Were you, sir? Well, you were one of the last ones to not pit, right? I think so. Were you waiting for everyone else to pit to see how their pace was and then come in?
No, I was waiting till my pace completely died, and then I was gonna. Until it was when Smitsky started catching up. I had 2 or 3 seconds on him, and then suddenly he was 5 dents behind me. It's like, okay, I have to come into the pits now, and then luckily he followed. So.
Yeah, for me was follow the leader.
And
I can't lie.
And last thing for you then, Invictus, Canada next week. Do you like that?
I love it. I love Canada. No. Oh, I love Canada. It's one of my favourites.
That's not what Smitsky wanted to hear, but
no.
Yeah, Canada.
Hopefully
it's
for
it's
him
a
it
nice
rains
circuit.
again. I hate the rain.
But you at least won today though, so
Yeah. Lucky.
well done to both of you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Can't wait to watch the stream back.
You're not really on the stream much, but
Never am. I'm just too good. There's nothing to feature.
Too fast.
It's just me
Yeah.
ahead. It would be boring to watch.
anything else, Oliver, you want to say?
If it sounds good for you, Invictus, I'm on board with you, even though my screen does not go on the YouTube stream.
I hope I make you proud.
You make me proud.
In fact, I hope we make you proud. NSR for the win. Let's go.
But I'm still not going into full in pajamas. You failed on that day.
Freak Ronk was up into third for some of it. I got really excited.
Yeah, I was afraid. I
I got
the
really
win.
excited.
Can we have Jama top at least?
Yeah. Get school in your slippers. Let's go.
I'm gonna do something on Monday. Just wait.
Oh, NS.
Okay.
Sorry. Yeah. But yeah, there we go then. That was it for China today. Thanks, Ollie, again for joining.
It was fun being here today. Also race from the drivers, and I'm really looking forward to next week. Recently drove on Canada and commentator actually last week. It was in the Norwegian League.
Yeah, it will be. And let's see what can happen next week. Can anyone beat the NSR drivers in this league to not get them on the podium and not get Invictus to win next week? Let's see if anyone can next week, because we don't want our co-commentators here to be happy every week. I'm joking, by the way. We don't mind here in the comments box. We don't. But yeah, that's it for us then here. Join us next week as always for Canada, one of the circuits which is a proper road circuit, but technically could be classed as a street circuit, but it's not. It's got the same style as a street circuit, the tightness of it and all that. So that will be next week for all of you. Excuse me, to watch. But yeah, from all of us here in Division 5, it is goodbye from me anyway, James, and we will be back with you next week then. So it's goodbye from all of us, and well done again to Invictus Samitsky for the top 2 and for joining us in the comms box. But yeah, it's goodbye from all of us here, and we'll see you in Canada next week then. Goodbye.